Last episode, we built the perfect create mod starter house with all the contraptions and machines we're going to need for the foreseeable future. And we're going to need those for today, as we're going to be building an enormous custom biome, a huge machine, and an iron farm. You're going to love this one. But before we can do any of that, we have a problem in the world, and that is the schematic. It needs a lot of iron, and this is not enough iron. Because I'm some kind of insane masochist, and I like to design my builds with loads of cast iron and iron-based products, because why not? Why wouldn't I do that? So yeah, I think today the first thing we're going to tackle is an iron farm, which is going to go out in this area, so I should probably tell you all the plan, right? So this whole area that I've cleared out the trees, we're going to be turning this into a giant quarry. We're going to have, obviously, terraform all these cliffs into quarries, dig down into the land, make a big ass machine, which you're going to see later. You better stay tuned. But yeah, to do all of that, I really need iron. So I think to start things off, we're going to put together a bit of an iron factory so it can be running while I'm working on other stuff during the episode, because, my god, I'm fed up with mining already. I've pretty much tapped an entire iron vein down underground, and yep, it's not enough. Not enough. And with my mod pack here, there is one very subtle but very significant change to the way iron farms work. Now, if you look here, instead of iron nuggets, we get raw iron, which may not seem like much, but it has some pretty insane implications. Because obviously, we can turn this into raw iron, which can then be crushed, and it doesn't really give us any bonus iron, but it does give us nuggets of experience. Which means something as simple and as trivial as an iron farm is now a pretty good XP generator. But my resource situation, not looking so great right now, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make a handful of toolboxes, fill those up with a bunch of parts and machines, and then get to work on designing this thing. That took considerably longer than expected, but we have one full of machines, one full of pipes and bits, we've got one full of item stuff, and one full of belts and cogs. Alright, so with the foundation for the building laid out, I think what we're actually going to do is do a steam engine at the back to power all of this, and we're going to be using straws, and this makes it so they use a liquid input, so we can import the lava directly into these things instead of having to bucket them in. And I think on the sides, we're going to have a fluid tank. And this is just going to be like a bit of a buffer for lava storage. And some lava cauldrons to power it. And something as simple as that should hook up the water input too. A couple of water wheels underneath. And looks like this is filling it with water. Just got to get the lava in now. The engine powered up. We just got to wait for some lava to fill in it. And we should be good to go. So for the actual iron farm, I think I'm going to take my base model here. So this is the iron farm I did a tutorial on. You know, it did kind of well. And then we're going to expand on it from here. So I'm probably going to place this down, rip out this entire front part, make the generator part bigger, and then go from there with the additions of the crushing wheels and the XP and all that sort of stuff that we need to add. It ain't pretty, but I think this should work. When you do two funnels like this, it actually gets enough momentum when it comes out the bottom to go straight up, which is really neat. So then at the back of this, we just want a filter going into the crushing wheel, which is then going to go down and be washed again. So then coming off the front here, we want this, and this is going to have a filter for iron nuggets, redstone, and experience. And then on the front, we have a brass tunnel set to this, and this. And then on the front, we simply have a compacting drawer, so that's going to turn all of our nuggets straight into blocks and ingots for us, same with the redstone. And we're just going to pop a void upgrade on all of those. So that means that when this completely fills up, it's just going to destroy the excess items. And now we can add storage upgrades to this to give it more capacity, but for now, this is perfectly fine. So yeah, that's actually worked out pretty well. We've got a triple farm here. Redstone, iron, and experience all in one, just from gravel. I mean, I did say that change from iron nuggets to raw iron really is a game changer. And there will be a build around this eventually, but for right now, we have a whole lot of terraforming to do. I gotta make a whole custom biome here before I can build the actual main thing of today. So I'm gonna turn on some music, I'm gonna get building, work out how I actually even want this thing to look, and yeah, let's go. Ooh-wee, that was one hell of a build session. It took me 3 days to build this, and about 30,000 blocks placed. But, I gotta say, this thing looks so damn good. Oh, this has turned out just so much better than I could have ever hoped. I really love the gradienting here from the dark to light with the limestone on the edging. Obviously, we've gone for more of a blocky edges to make it look like it's been dug out and clawed away from the land. However, there is one big missing piece of this puzzle, the big boy. Now, I'm not going to show you what the big boy is until we build it, but rest assured, it's so cool. I'm so excited to build this thing. And like I said at the beginning, the material list for this is kind of insane. A lot of andesite alloy. And quite a bit of cast iron. Oh dear, I made a mistake building this. That's lodestones. Although, Spelunkery does add this recipe where we can use magnetite and cinnabar. Do I have enough? 22 lodestones is what we need. And we have 27 magnetites, so looks like we're building with lodestones today. Ho-ho. Overall though, this material list really doesn't look too bad. The worst part is that it's got like some cables in it. Now these are from immersive engineering, and if I just search cables, so for one, we have the structural cable connectors, which these aren't too bad. You get 8 of them. It's a bit of steel. However, the wire is 4 steel wires each, and there's quite a few of these, so we're going to need a lot of steel. And you better believe that I planned ahead for this. This is my little garbage area that I have kept secret from you all, because it's horrendous. But down here, I have a very basic immersive setup. We have a bunch of coke ovens making the creosote oil and coal coke, and in all of these Steel. If this isn't enough, then, well, we're gonna have some real problems and potentially a large-scale mental breakdown. So, upsettingly, I need to get to work on this material list, and let me tell you, it's not gonna be a good time. Oh god, there's a stack and 40 of belts. But with the iron and all the other bits we've collected today, we should have enough. Should. And, you know, after a bit of a mammoth crafting session, I actually really had most of the stuff to do this. The only thing I'm missing is the scorchier, a handful of windmill cells, and a little bit more zinc for the catwalks. I did go and get do a bit of mining to make all of the other bits, like the supports, but we just need a little bit more to finish off these catwalks, and we should be good. Alright, with those last bits in, if we just give our material list one last check. Oh yeah, we're good to go. Whoa, hang on a moment. Let's not have that on and delete my entire thing. That would be good. Cannon running out of gunpowder, ruining my time lapse. But hey, the build looks so good. So yeah, we've got a full bucket wheel excavator to go in our thing here, and I gotta say, it looks so good. I'm so proud of this thing. And I specifically designed it so that we could climb up it and everything, so we can actually get on top of this thing all the way up to the little observation deck on the top. However, this build is missing one last thing, and that is the cables, because those don't paste in with a schematic. So essentially, the way these work is we get these connectors here. We just go click, and it runs a cable between the two. Now, underneath, I've got this HV wire, and I am going to need some scaffolding to get over there. Right, we can connect those all the way along the bottom. Then we also have these steel cables, which these attach to somewhere. Even just underneath this little bit here, you can see the difference that makes. So I'm going to get all the rest of these cables in, and then I'll show you when it's done. But even then, we're not done yet. There is two more parts. One, these treads are animated, so I need to get up in here somehow and place in some water bucket. So that there gets our tank treads moving and grooving, and now there is only one other piece, getting the wheel moving and grooving. Now there is actually a windmill bearing inside of here, and I think if we put a deployer on this, because this is entirely encased in here, right? There's no way for me to click this and then keep the glue formation. So if I do this, and then bam, amazing. Is that going the wrong way? No, that's going the right way. And oh, I forgot about that. Right, we're just going to temporarily yoink those trapdoors. Now we set it to spin. Now we can replace these. Why is there a stair missing? So with all that back in place, now we can pop this back here, and our drill is looking oh so good. Oh so good. And for those of you wondering, no, this doesn't really have a purpose. It's just decorative. You know, it's the kind of thing I build decoratively, I guess. Yeah, that thing about me saying that I'm an insane masochist in this game, prime example right here. Why am I this way? Oh, well, we sure have done a hell of a lot today. And you know what? I'm really happy with it all, but that is all we have time for today. So we're going to wrap things up. But before we do, there is actually something I just want to bring up here, and that's a little change to how my uploads are going to work. Now, you see, for the longest time, I've had channel memberships enabled. You can join the channel, you can support me, and all that kind of stuff. I don't really promote it that much because I don't mind, really. I'd rather people become a member of their own choice than me asking for it. But either way, I am going to be finally adding a little something to, I guess, give back to those who do become members, in that YouTube recently rolled out a feature in which you can make your videos public to members only for a limited time before they go public to everyone. So what I'm probably going to be doing going forward is all of my videos will release 2 days early for channel members, and then 2 days after that, they will go out as normal. So if you want to see my videos 2 days early, then make sure to grab yourself a membership. I did try and make it as cheap as possible, I'm going to be honest with you. And yeah, no, I hope to see that number growing, because it should be fun. But anyway, Thank you all very much for watching today, everybody. I appreciate the support on this series. It's honestly been insane. The support on the first episode, wild. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know anything else you want to see me do in this series, and I will catch you in the next one. Also subscribe.